All right, Coach. Very successful weekend. Obviously, moved to 9-1 on the year, and what stood out to me most was the fact that even in some of those games, y'all were down, and you came back and you overcame some deficits. Just give me your thoughts on your team's overall performance this weekend.
Well, once again, very pleased with our girls. They just they continue to impress us, and Reed just came in here and gave us everything that we wanted in that Friday matchup, and down 1-0 in the sixth, and got a leadoff single out of the 9-hole, and that's something that is always a bonus when your center fielder, who's a great defensive center fielder, goes out and gets you a leadoff single. So I was proud of Ashton for that, and then Lainey Tanner laid down a perfect bunt and beat it out, and allowed us to get a couple big hits from Avery Gunther and Keely Garcia to get the lead and hang on for that win. And to be able to go out and get 2 wins, two tight, close games, and then and then handled International pretty good, who's been playing really well. They had a good weekend last weekend, and was proud to be able to come out of here 4-0 and going into conference play. We're in good shape, and that's you always want to be in good shape mentally going into conference play, and we're there. So couldn't be more happy with our girls.
What stuck out to you defensively?
Defensively, we still made a few more errors than we needed to, honestly. We do need to clean that up just a little bit, but we didn't have to play a ton of defense. Cheyenne Floyd, again, was amazing. Struck out 10 in 5 innings of relief on Friday. And then Tori Hogan had struck out 4 in her 2 innings. So we had a lot of strikeouts this weekend. So that makes it easier on your defense, obviously. So, as long as your pitching staff's going out there and making it easy defensively, that obviously helps.
All right, Coach, and last question for me. Hosting Midwestern State for the start of conference, what do you expect out of the Lady Mustangs?
Well, they're pitching the ball pretty good. They're not swinging it real well right now, but, you look at their numbers, and statistically, they're throwing the ball pretty good. It's just one of those things where you've got to show up in Lone Star Conference play, and you've got to show up all 3 games or you get beat. And I feel like our girls are in a good spot. I'm glad that we're going to be at home, it looks like. We're probably going to move it to Thursday, Friday. Saturday doesn't look very good at all, so stay tuned. Stay into angelosports.com. There's your shout out for schedule updates, but more than likely it's going to be a Thursday night 5 o'clock single game, and then a doubleheader Thursday starting at 1 before the weather starts to move in. We want to get that series completed. We don't want to have to push it to Sunday because we have the Tuesday, Wednesday series starting next weekend, or next week. So we want to make sure that we can get that in, and it's going to be in the 70s both Thursday and Friday.
All right, Coach, I want to take it back to game 1. 2 young girls, Tatiana and Leilana, they had those game 1 homers. Just talk about their performance and them being so young, bringing this much talent to the program.
Well, Tatiana, she's a player from Lubbock that struggled last year. She got a lot of opportunities, but it just didn't quite click. The strikeouts had gotten up there, hovered around the 200 mark all year. But she just continued to work. She just continued to put the time in on her own as well. And she came back at the end of the fall. She had a really good finish to our fall season last fall, and then came back in from January Christmas break and was locked in and just had great at-bats against our pitchers and started the season off just phenomenal. I think she's got 1 strikeout that happened on Saturday on a strikeout looking. That's the massive thing, is that she's putting the ball in play, and she's not just putting it in play, she's putting it in play hard. She's a strong individual, short, compact swing, and when she's not swinging and missing, good things are going to happen, and that's what's happening right now. And then Leilana, she's just one of those talents. She's got size, strength, speed, can play a lot of different positions for us defensively, where she's still learning first base. She's never really played first base. She'll still do some things here and there that aren't perfect, but she's learning, and that's the other thing. The kid's extremely coachable. She's willing to do whatever you ask her to do, and the results are paying off. The home run that she hit against International, that thing was just a laser that got out so quick. The umpire wasn't even for sure if it was fair or foul, but it was a big home run for us. We were down 1-0 at the time, and it was a 3-run shot. So I'm very excited about her future and what she's going to be able to do for us.
And then Midwestern this week, you know, y'all saw them in the D2 First Pitch Invitational. Weather aside, how does this team keep up this dominating performance going into LSC play?
Well, I think it starts in the circle. You know, this past weekend we utilized all 5 pitchers, and all 5 of them had good outings. So, you know, now that we're down to 3-game series, it's going to be hard to use all 5 of them. So that's one thing that we're going to have to make sure that it's going to be tough for them a little bit, because they're not going to get to throw as much as they have. And you know, it's one of those deals where if somebody's out dominating, we're not getting them out just to make people happy. We got to win games. You know, we got to win every game that we can. We're trying to win a conference championship, which starts Friday or Thursday maybe now, and you know, but that's where it starts, obviously, and then, you know, just the versatility up and down our lineup right now is nice. You know, we're not dependent on 1 or 2 people. We're getting production from everybody. For example, Zoe DeBaca is in the 8-hole hitting 365 or so, and third on our team. Our 5 and 6-hole are our top 2 hitters, and we're not moving them. We're going to leave them right there where they are because it's working. You know, we've got speed up and down the lineup. We got some power. I looked today, I think we're first or second in the conference in home runs, which I didn't really expect. I expected it to be more of a speed game, but, you know, Keely Garcia is off to a great start. You know, she's already got 3 home runs, so things are looking good. We just got to continue to move forward. You know, it's like we talked about last week. We can't live in the past. We've got to live in the future, and I think that's what we'll do. And then, you know, before we leave, I got to give a shout out to Regis and International for coming to the tournament again. You know, very impressed with Regis. What, you know, I kind of mentioned it last week. Coach Thompson's doing a great job up there, and we've played the top teams in the Rocky Mountain, except for Colorado Christian, and Regis is going to be right up there. They got a chance. So, you know, they came in here and had a good weekend, and then International is always going to scrap. Coach Lippy does a great job down there. So, you know, just shout out to those 2 coaches and programs for spending the weekend in San Angelo.
Thank you, Coach.